So here's some simple tips that you can use to make time for any proper challenge in Forex like FTMO. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome to our channel. I'm Jeff with the Forex Journey. On this channel, we talk a lot about Forex tools, Forex trading, and our experiences on the way to becoming consistently profitable trader, whether positive or less positive. So let's talk about finding time for a Forex trading challenge like FTMO or something like that. So the first thing you need to figure out is how much time do you really need based on your strategy to be on the charts, right? So the way that I trade, I need to be at the charts for a couple hours a day, unless I get like a really good trade early on. But usually when I enter my trade, I need to kind of micromanage it a little bit or just stick around. But within a few hours, usually I would be finished. But some strategies require less screen time than others. So figure out your strategy and then how much time you're gonna need. So nowadays, almost everyone has a very busy schedule. Now, if you have a full-time job, that takes half of your day right there, or most of your day. You know, if you got kids, that takes time. If you play sports, if you know, whatever, hobbies. So that all takes time in your schedule. But you need to make the time instead of finding the time. Because if you try to find time in your schedule, you probably never will, or at least not consistently. But if you choose to make the time, we always seem to have time for what's important to us. So you just need to set your priorities so that all your important priorities receive an appropriate amount of time. And then what can you do to carve out some time into your schedule to get an hour or two of trading in? I mean, excuse me, like you could go to bed an hour later or wake up an hour earlier, but it's best to have like a dedicated chunk of time without interruption, so to give yourself the best chance possible. So on average, Canadians and Americans watch about 3 hours of television a day. So that means TV, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, stuff like that. That's a lot of time, man. That's like 22 hours a week almost. So if you're like most people, just cutting out 1 or maybe 2 hours of TV time a couple times a week, you found your time to trade. But some people, you'll actually need to remove things from your schedule that aren't important right now, so that you can find the time. Because if you're starting a challenge like FTMO or something like that, like you want to be focused, because there's going to be so much stress psychologically with, you know, you're paying money, it's a test, like everyone gets stressed about exams and you want to pass, but it takes time and attention and all that stuff. So you want to be at your best when you're taking it. You don't want to be like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there on your breaks. Like, it's important to have dedicated time. Another tip is to use a strategy that's more like big picture on higher time frames. So like I usually trade on the 15, 30 or minute time frames, or like 60-minute time frame, or like the 1 hour time frame. But for people who trade on like the 4 hour time frame or the daily time frame or something like that, I mean, there's a longer wait time, so you don't have to be like glued to your screen as much. Like, you just do your analysis, you set the trade. And if you can have a trading style where you just set your trade and you just leave it so that it either hits your take profit or slams your stop loss, as long as you did the proper analysis before, I mean, if that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. And the last tip I'll give is more on the efficiency side. So you can trade anytime you want with a Forex simulator, right? So you could trade on the weekends when you're off work and all that stuff. So while you're preparing your ramp up to actually taking the FTMO challenge or whatever company you're going with, practice your strategy first, so that when you're actually starting your challenge, you're good to go and you know what times are the best times to trade and all that. And you can determine all that on your own time whenever you want with a Forex simulator. So other than that, those are, I mean, I wanted to keep this video short, so those are some of the simplest, you know, the low-hanging fruit as far as tips goes for time management on that. But I will reference I just recently made a video about what's the best time of day to trade in general because of the markets and where the volume is and all that stuff. So make sure you go check that one out so that if it's possible for you to line up your daily trading time with some of those high volume times, likely it's going to move faster, so it's not going to take you as much time to hit your trades. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Drop your questions in the comments and I'll try and get to you as fast as I can. And we'll see you next video.